guys, let's get ambitious here in the middle of nowhere. This is my June 2023 MBR, TBR, have to read, whatever you want to call it. But during the month of May, I didn't read as much as I normally do, I felt like, or I didn't read the books that I said I was going to read. You'll see that in my wrap-up, which will be coming out soon. So we are going with a few books that got bumped over, some that I've already started and carrying over into this month, and go from there. Mainly, I didn't read the SPSFC books that I thought I was going to read in the month of May, so they are getting bumped to June. I am carrying over one. I did start one. It's Aestus by S.Z. Atwell. It's the longest book of them. I'm probably about 20-ish% into it. I just have been in this weird spot where I'm just not getting immersed into some of the books like I typically want to or enjoy to, and so we're doing something a little bit different. I've been going that route of just picking up books and reading them until I get immersed into them. But I will be finishing Aestus right at the beginning of the month. It's really good. It has a lot to do with heat, monsters, and that way. The chapter length is I was surprised by it. Some of them are like half a page long, so it actually does read fairly quickly. Continuing with the SPSFC reads, I will also be reading Hammer and Crucible by Cameron Cooper. Another one of the SPSFC reads. I realized it was a female on the cover that you can see there, but I am looking forward to this one. It does sound fairly intriguing, and look forward to seeing what I think. I also need to read The Last Gifts of the Universe by Rory August. I know this is a familiar, cozy sci-fi read for many people out there. I know several people have already read it. If you've read it, comment, let me know. Please like and subscribe as well. I have to do the typical YouTube thing. But I will also be reading The Last Gifts of the Universe. I know it has a cat in it. This is a fairly short one, so it should be able to fly right through it. I'll also be reading the Groundhog Day Similarity, at least that's the way I look at it, of Percival Gint and the Conspiracy of Days by Drew Miller. Hopefully it's a lot of fun. Once again, this one's not super long, so I should be able to get through it in a matter of days. That's the plan. You'll see that I am planning a pretty ambitious list of books to read. As this is my last month of true commitment reads, I still have some review copies. I know people have gifted me some, and I'm incredibly thankful for it. Life has just kind of gotten in the way, plus my reading mood, and I honestly wanted to give them an honest review rather than forced one when I wasn't really feeling the read. But that is all of the SPSFC reads. I do have a commitment to Eden's Promise. I promised her that I would read this when she was saving up to purchase it. I went ahead and offered her the chance to choose a book for me to read, and I'm going to slot that in the month of June. That is Crown of Glass by Alice Ivinia. Apparently it is a Cinderella retelling, a different take on it. Sounds kind of interesting. It's not my typical read, so we'll see how I get on with it. But looking forward to seeing if I get pulled into it or not. I also have my monthly buddy read with the epic group of friends that I read with. Once again, all are invited to join us. If you're interested in reading with us, just comment down below. We'll get you invited. Pretty laid back on how we read and do all of it, but we have a lot of fun. This month will be His Ragged Company by Rance D. Denton. It's more of a fantasy western, which it'll be good to get back into that subgenre, and has a cool laser eyes. So we'll see what's going on with it. Should be a lot of fun. looking forward to that one. I think that's all my digital reads that I don't physically own. Let's get into some of the physical reads that I will be reading. First off, I'm going to be continuing with my R.J. Barker kick. If you haven't known, I am a huge fan of his now. He is an instant buy author for me. That is not all of my digital reads, but we'll get to that in a second. But I am going to be continuing his Wounded Kingdom trilogy. It's about assassins, mainly Gurton Clubfoot, and that is Blood of Assassins by R.J. Barker. It is book 2. Really enjoyed book 1. It kind of snapped me out of the funk. I was immediately drawn into it. Really love his world building, the characters. He just has a way of writing with me that to me just pulls me in. It creates this beautiful picture, and it's like even the things he doesn't say, I'm able to imagine, and adds into this wonderful world that he's created. I really like the idea of an assassin that's not just perfect or all powerful, as he does have a club foot that causes him pain, and the tools and stuff that he uses to get around it it's really interesting to see. And he does create this bleak world. I know this is a few years after the end of book 1, but you can see the after effects of book 1 into the beginning of book 2. Yes, I did kind of already start it. I'm not that far into it, so I'm still counting it as a June read. The other digital book that I forgot to mention, it is an ARC that I received from NetGalley, and that is Gods of the Wordwood by R.J. Barker. This is going to be book 1 of his new trilogy. It comes out at the end of the month of June, so I do have to read it in June. I will be buddy reading it with Esme, I believe, at the beginning of June, which will be a lot of fun, really interesting. The cover's gorgeous, and once again, I love his writing style. I've loved it in the Bone Ships, loved it in the Wounded Kingdom, so I have nothing but high hopes for this new entry from an incredible author. We're going to also be reading a thriller during the month of June, and I'm doing another new author. I'm trying to find one of these authors that I really click with. I've tried a few, but we're going to be going with Brad Taylor and his debut of One Rough Man. Very similar, kind of this secret group of people that are sent to solve the impossible. This one is rated extremely highly. I'm hoping it doesn't do as much head hopping and go that route. Just not finding the thriller that's correct to me. I know I'll be going back to Chris Carter soon for that detective mystery, and that might be the way that I have to go with my thrillers. But this one sounded really cool, really interesting. We'll go that way. It's not related as much as the other ones have been, as the other authors that I've read have all kind of been in like recommended each other's books, but this one, it didn't have their names on it. Doesn't mean anything, but I have high hopes. And to conclude the month, maybe or maybe not, but I started this one a while ago, had some commitments pop up that I had to read first. As you know, I love my assassins. I do want to get back into and finish Darkblade Assassin, so I am planning on doing that in the month of June. Yes, it's big, but it reads quick, so I am going to be finishing this in the month of June. That's the list of books that I've compiled for my TBR. Any of these on your list, any of them that you've read, let me know. I love hearing from you guys, love looking forward to what you've got. Have a lot of great stuff planned for the month of June. I will also be taking a vacation with my family. We will be going to California for a week, so we'll see how that impacts my reading. I know I've planned a pretty good list of books to read for the month, and not a lot of them are on audio, so we'll see what I can get through. That'll be like the third week of June. I will be out of town, So I probably won't have any videos coming out of that time. I might do some shorts and reading away from my mountains and going where all the people are. That's all I've got for you guys on this video. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it very, very much. And as always, happy reading and stay great.